Welcome to Leading the Nations with Barrister Ikenna Emmanuel.
Hello, wonderful people. I want to welcome you to another powerful edition of Leading the Nations. I'm your friend, Barrister Ikenna Emmanuel. I am the president of iGold Africa. iGold means Initiative for Good Governance, Leadership, and Economic Development. And this is coming across your way today live at the International Center for Leadership, Diplomacy, and Economic Development. I came across a young lady that was discussing with me on how some expatriates just came into the country and they were able to take advantage of certain opportunities in Nigeria. And these guys are actually making money. They're from Lebanon. They are Lebanese. And these guys are living in this same environment that people are actually complaining about, and they are cashing out big time. And this is one of the reasons why today, and this Leading the Nations broadcast, I'll be talking to you on how to live and survive in a harsh country, in a harsh nation, how to live and survive in a harsh nation. And it's important for you to also realize that several nations have actually gone through some processes and then they have actually experienced unusual transformation. Probably in your country, just like in my country, Nigeria, there's a whole lot of harshness of situations, a harsh economy, the security is not working, the educational system seems as if it's not working. In fact, it's not working actually. And the medical sector is not progressing. The agricultural sector is already gone. The power sector is nothing to write home about. This is one of the reasons why many people are leaving Nigeria. And this is one of the reasons why Africa is still regarded as a black nation. But in the same nation called Nigeria, in the same continent called Africa, several persons have made their millions, several persons are living big, several persons are making advancement genuinely, yes, in this nation, Nigeria, in this continent called Africa. And this is one of the reasons why I'm doing this broadcast for several persons who are here, who are living in Africa, any of the South Africa, West Africa, East Africa, and even Nigeria. So number one thing you must do if you want to live and survive in a difficult economy, in a difficult country like Nigeria or any of the African or Asian nations, is to live outside the emotional attachment of that nation. Yes, every nation has an emotional attachment. What do I mean by emotional attachment? A lot of people are attached to bad news. Whenever you tune in to the radio, the TV, the social media, you hear about 100 persons have died. There's now an accident. The health sector is collapsing, and all these things are going on. The government has stolen 4 billion. Someone has actually approved the budget of 4.3 trillion. Someone wants to go and borrow another $42 billion. Someone have actually perverted justice. Someone has escaped from the prison. There's a prison jailbreak and all the rest of them. Once you emotionally attach yourself to such kind of bad news, I want you to know something that you're going to break, that you may not be able to survive in any difficult nation, especially like in my nation, Nigeria. So I have learned how to detach myself. I read those news, I watch those news, I see them, but I don't give attention to them. I don't allow it to affect my emotions. I don't allow it to affect me consciously. I keep away from such kind of information. So if you cannot keep away from such kind of emotional attachment to such kind of negative news that affects you, please don't ever watch any of those news, because 95% of the news that you hear on social media and other media platforms are just there to make you weak and to tell you the nation is not working. Once you detach yourself from such kind of national disaster, I want you to know something, that you're going to begin to innovate on how to get away, how to provide for yourself while things sort itself out within the space of time. All right, the second thing you must do for you to survive in a harsh nation or a difficult nation is to always create an alternative. Once you find out that the prices of things are high, create an alternative. Once you find out that the health sector looks as if it's not working, always create an alternative, probably to make sure that you manage your health properly so that you will not go to the hospital. Once you find out that food items are now difficult, you can actually go to the backyard of your building and plant something to augment. And once you find out that the economy is now very high and the price and the dollar is affecting the currency of your country, the next thing you need to do is to create alternative or multiple streams of income. Everyone and anyone that's actually created alternative sources of income, alternative medical attention, alternative education, and all the rest of them I want you to know that they will always survive in a difficult or harsh economy or harsh nation. The third thing that you must do as a person for you to survive or live in a harsh nation is to gather more people and also get involved. Yes, it's not enough for you to keep complaining about the harsh situation in your country, the harsh situation, the way the insecurity is going, the way educational sector is being affected. You need to get involved. Yes, if you need to get involved in politics, get involved in politics. If you need to create jobs for people, get into entrepreneurship as a person. If you need to gather people together for partnership and start up business and begin to employ people, you need to also do that. By the time several kinds of persons like you put their resources together, put their education together, put their intelligence together to start up a school, to start up a hospital, to start up a kind of a small-scale business, to engage young school leavers, to do a kind of national or social awareness on the dangers of premarital sex, the dangers of rape, the dangers of gangsterism. Once every one person is doing his own bit in a particular difficult nation, within a space of time, you will be centered on the solution. Your mind will be focused on the solution while you walk out of the problems. Or fourth thing that you need to do as a person, if you want to live and survive in a difficult nation, is always to put your trust in God. When it comes to the point where the government has failed, situations have failed, the economy has failed, it's looking as if that there's no way out. I want you to know that there's God that created every nation. God created America, yes. God created Sweden, God created Thailand, God created Singapore. Each of those nations went through some process because the earth is the Lord and his fullness thereof the world, and they that dwell therein, for he that founded it upon the waters and is established upon the seas. By the time you apply these 4 basic principles in your life, you can live and survive in any difficult nation. Whether it's Africa, Nigeria, whether it's Asia, any of the Caribbeans, it doesn't matter how the economic situations in those nations are, security situations, educational situations, economic situations, agricultural situations, or medical situations, you can actually survive and live powerfully in these nations, no matter the difficulty, if you give attention to the aforementioned things. All right, till I see you in the next video, I remain your friend and your brother, Barr Ikenna Emmanuel. I am the international president of iGood Africa. iGood means Initiative for Good Governance, Leadership, and Economic Development. This is brought to you under the auspices of the International Center for Leadership, Diplomacy, and Economic Development. Please check us on our website, www.igoodafrica.com, or call us on this number for mentorship, for direction, on +234 803 500 3594. Till I see you in the next video, do have a powerful day.